And welcome back, everybody, to the rainforest of Pennsylvania, where it rains 20 inches in just 1 month. Alright guys, I really don't know what to say. I guess I'm going to be complaining today. Not that there's anything better to do, I guess, other than to complain. As you can see, I have my defroster on high just because of the way the weather is. It's only about 60 degrees today. Definitely not corn growing weather if you have corn in the ground. It is just... I'm sure people don't want to hear me complain, but just looking at the forecast, after today we have about 3 nice days and then we're back in the rain. I think we're going to be planting corn in June here. And it's not just me. One of my neighbors, he's a tillage farmer. He was telling me the other couple days ago he only had about 5 acres planted total. And it's not going to do you any good if it is planted right now with highs in the 60s. I mean, it is just soaking wet here. One positive is the hay. This hay is really taken off. My goodness, it's thick. The heads are out. That is some real thick hay. We're gonna have a yield off of that. There's a lot of small square bales there. As much as I enjoy selling hay, I'm not looking forward to putting them all away. But there is some hay. We definitely have a yield. We had more rain than last year at this time. I did check, so it is just a terribly wet year. And you can see why I lost the battle last year with the weeds in my soybeans, especially a little bit in the corn. This year I don't think it's going to be any different. I actually have thoughts of coming out again. If they don't get here to plant within the next week, I actually have thoughts of going out with some more herbicide, just because it's just I don't know how much rain herbicide the residual stuff can tolerate till it's not effective anymore. I know too much rain isn't good, but it is just doesn't stand a chance. I should have just went full rate with everything, because there's not going to be a whole lot left over. So I don't mean to be complaining. We're all in the same boat here in the East Coast. Yeah, I see green down in the corn stubble down there. So we're gonna have to come back with the sprayer and do some touch-up work before they plant. And it won't be tomorrow, because after an inch of rain, ooh, and I'm just sliding right in this grass. After an inch of rain, it's just gonna take a day or two to dry off. And we're only talking high maybe low 70s. So the waterway project's on hold because everything's too wet. It's just a swamp, and one way or another, the waterway has to get done this year. It cannot be extended. We can't have any more extensions. The way I was told, this project was started in 2014, and a couple things happened. Basically, I only got involved in it this year. And my local county office told me it has to be done this year. So I don't think it's going to take them very long to do it, but it's just, yeah, out at this end of the field, it's just, as a matter of fact, I don't want to turn around down there. I might not get out. I don't know. And basically, I left you guys. I was going to go do some spot spraying, but I haven't even been able to. I'm soon to the point where I'm going to have to unhook the spot sprayer and go back out with the big sprayer. Basically though, mowing grass has become a full-time job. And I hate mowing grass. It's one of the biggest wastes of time and resources, but we have to do it here. I mean, this is just like a hurricane this year, right now. So I'm in the mood to complain today. It's a dreary, miserable, it's cool, but yet it's humid, and we're expected to get an inch of rain today. We had the first wave, there's another wave coming, so I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be maybe June until we can get any type of seed in the ground. It's basically here in the area. You couldn't get at it real early because we did have a wet early spring. So we did have that it was wet this spring real early. Then we had maybe a week total there. And you guys saw me, that's when I was doing the burn down. And I just finished that and got to the top dress in the hay fields, and then we got back in this rain pattern. If you weren't planting during that week, basically you weren't going to get anything in, so I don't know. I mean, you could see it. My neighbor, like I say, he's a tillage farmer. All that exposed dirt up there, I don't know. I don't think he planted that, unless he did already. I don't know when. And up there. So if it rains any heavier, that's going to start to wash. I don't know. You can see the weeds here. Those are all since I sprayed, and they're just coming back. So I don't know. Like I say, I'm just in the mood to complain today, guys. I really don't have much interesting content, but just to give you a sense of what we're dealing with, and I'm sure I'm not the only ones. For you guys in the Midwest, I really wish we could give you some of this. I know some places it was getting dry, so all right, we'll see what else we got going on. All right, I might have mentioned this way back when, but this lift cylinder here on the New Holland 489 Haybine, it leaks terribly. You can see I have a jug under it, and after you use it, you almost have to put a jug under it, or you're gonna have a spot on the floor probably 3 foot in diameter. I did look at it close, and what I noticed was the rod here is that scored up. It must have come apart at one time for somebody, but it's that scored up that it has the seals out of it, and it really leaks. I mean, it leaks bad. When you're mowing, about the time you're finished mowing and you go back to put the lock back under it, it's just coated with grass and everything stuck to it from all the oil. I do have a local hydraulic shop that can rebuild the cylinders like that. However, that one, the scoring is so deep into the rod that turning it and just getting a different seal, it's going to be too small of a diameter till you get down to where it's scored. So there's going to be, I think, no saving this short of just buying the rod. But you go to one of these big box Tractor Supply type stores, those cylinders are not all that expensive. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a cylinder. I think I do have this cylinder on the 45 Vibra-Shank that doesn't get used very much. It is a heavier cylinder, and it will work. It is the right size, and it has a set of hoses already. To do it cheaply, I could just take the cylinder off of this and put it on this. Being that I'm not using the Vibra-Shank, we still might do that, but I want to see what's available as far as hydraulic cylinders. I don't like changing cylinders from one piece of equipment to the next, just because, I'm sorry, it's dark. Let me go back in the light. Just because it's kind of a pain. If I need the Vibra-Shank, then I got to get the cylinder off the Haybine, and you guys know how it is. I did do that. The one farmer I worked for, he had one cylinder for about 5 pieces of equipment, and oh, such a pain. So we're not going to break the budget getting one lift cylinder, so we might end up doing that today. Let's see what it looks like.